Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Meiraj Atif and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School, Islamabad campus. So viewers, I will come with a new colony and ChatGPT. So today topic is being honest with yourself. So let's start. So ChatGPT, can you hear me?
Wa alaikum assalam, Meiraj. I can definitely hear you. That sounds like a great topic for today. I'm excited to dive into it with you. Let me know what you'd like to start with.
Okay, my first question is, what does being honest with yourself really mean?
That's a
Give
great question.
me, okay, give me 10 points.
Absolutely. Here are 10 points on what it means to be honest with yourself. One, self-awareness, recognizing your true feelings, thoughts, and
Yes, ChatGPT, continue.
of course, continuing from where we left off. Three, honest reflection, taking time to reflect on your actions and their impacts without excuses. Four, setting realistic goals, being truthful about your capabilities and setting achievable objectives. Five, emotional honesty, allowing yourself to feel and express your true emotions without pretending. Six, admitting mistakes, being willing to acknowledge when you're wrong and learning from those experiences. Seven, avoiding self-deception, not sugarcoating the truth or ignoring reality. Eight, personal growth, embracing self-improvement and being open to change based on self-awareness. Nine, integrity, aligning your actions with your true values and beliefs. 10, self-compassion, being kind to yourself while being honest, recognizing that honesty is a path to growth. Let me know if you'd like more details on any of these points.
Okay, ChatGPT, you give great points. So my next question is, why is self-honesty important for personal growth?
Great question. Honesty is crucial for personal growth because it helps you understand yourself more deeply. When you're honest, you can identify your strengths and weaknesses, set realistic goals, and make meaningful progress. It also allows you to learn from your mistakes and adapt, ultimately leading to greater self-improvement and fulfillment. Plus, it builds trust in yourself and others, paving the way for healthier relationships and better decision making.
Okay, so my next question is, how can someone tell if they are not being honest with themselves?
That's a really insightful question. Some signs that you might not be honest with yourself include feeling constant discomfort or unease about certain areas of your life, making excuses or justifications for your behavior, avoiding certain topics or feelings, and receiving feedback from others that you consistently dismiss. Another clue is a lack of progress or feeling stuck, which can indicate that you're not fully acknowledging what's holding you back. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward greater self-honesty.
Okay, you give great points. So ChatGPT, my next question is to you is, how does fear prevent us from being honest with ourselves?
That's a really important topic. Fear can definitely get in the way of self-honesty in a few ways. For instance, fear of judgment can make us hesitant to acknowledge our own flaws or mistakes. Fear of change can make us stick to familiar but unhelpful patterns, even when we know they're not serving us well. Also, fear of failure can prevent us from being honest about our limitations, leading to self-deception. Overall, fear can create a barrier that keeps us from facing the truth and growing as individuals.
Okay, you give great points. So my next question is, why do people sometimes avoid facing their true feelings?
That's a really thoughtful question. People often avoid facing their true feelings for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's due to fear of vulnerability, as confronting those emotions can feel uncomfortable or even painful. Other times it can be a defense mechanism protecting oneself from disappointment or hurt. There's also the aspect of societal or cultural expectations where certain emotions might be considered unacceptable or weak. Ultimately, avoiding true feelings can sometimes be a way to maintain a sense of safety or control, even if it's not ultimately beneficial in the long run.
Okay, so my next question is, how can journaling help in self-honesty?
Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-honesty because it provides a private, reflective space to explore your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It helps you become more aware of patterns in your behavior, uncover hidden emotions, and clarify your true motivations. Plus, the act of writing itself can help you process complex feelings and gain deeper insights. Over time, journaling builds a habit of self-reflection, making it easier to be honest with yourself and fostering personal growth.
Okay. So, so my next question is, how does social media affect self-honesty?
Act on self-honesty. On one hand, it can encourage people to present idealized versions of themselves, which might lead to self-deception or a disconnect from reality. On the other hand, social media can also provide support and inspiration, helping people become more self-aware and honest, especially when they engage in meaningful conversations or communities. Ultimately, the impact of social media on self-honesty depends a lot on how we use it and how aware we are of its influence.
Okay. So, so
Absolutely.
okay. So my next question is to you is, how does social media affect self-honesty in children?
That's a really important area to consider. For children, social media can sometimes create pressure to conform to certain standards or portray an idealized version of themselves, which can lead to self-doubt or confusion about their real identity. On the flip side, social media.
Okay. So, ChatGPT, my next question is, how can someone develop the courage to face uncomfortable truths? Okay, you give great answer. So, my next question is, what's the difference between self-honesty and self-criticism? Okay, so my next question is, how can someone develop the courage to face uncomfortable truths? Give me 10 points. Okay, yes, this point was good. So my next question is, how can someone develop the courage to, okay, so can self-honesty improve mental health? How? Okay. So my next question is, how do relationship benefit from personal honesty? Okay. So my next question is, why is it difficult to admit mistake to ourselves? Okay, okay. So my next question is, how do childhood experience shape our ability to be honest with yourself? Okay. So my next question is, what role does vulnerability play in self honesty? Okay. So my next question is, how can you distinguish between your real desires and external pressures? Give me 20 points. Okay. Okay, okay. ChatGPT, you give great points, so it's enough. So my next question is, How can you, okay, why is it important to acknowledge your own weakness? Okay, you give great points. So my next question is, how can meditation help with self-honesty? Okay, please give me more points on this topic. Okay, so my next question is, how do childhood experience shape our ability to be honest with ourselves? Give me 20 points on it. Okay. 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 So my next question is, can self-honesty improve your decision-making skill? Give me 10 points. Okay. Okay, ChatGPT, you give great points on this topic. So my next question is, how can someone confront uncomfortable truths without feeling overwhelmed? Okay. So my next question is, why is it hard to admit when you are wrong to yourself? Okay. So my next question is, how do you create a safe space to be honest with yourself? Okay, you give great points. So my next question is, what's the role of accountability in self-honesty? Okay. So my next question is to you is why do we hide our true feelings even from ourselves? Okay. So my next question is how do we values and principle guide self-honesty? Okay. So can you give a last advice to my audience about this whole topic? Okay, so this was our colony. So I hope you like it. See you in another colony with the new interesting topic. So Allah Hafiz, take care. Pakistan Zindabad.